Welcome back to It's Time for Yarn, and today I have a small update on my 2023 goals and something that I am super duper proud of. So for Christmas, my mom picked up 4 skeins of this Michaels yarn brand Loops and Threads brand yarn. It's Sweet Snuggles Light. It is a super bulky 6. I adored the colors that she got me. She made this purple, this blue, it has like a cool name, like a flower name, I don't know how to say it though. This kind of like peachish color, and then this like mint green. And you know, my blanket loving heart wanted to put these all together in a blanket initially, but then I kind of wanted to stretch my skills a little bit and decided that instead of making blankets out of this yarn, I'm going to make some amigurumi. So I had a hard time deciding what I wanted to make first, but I was pretty confident that I wanted to make a bear. So I went to Joann, I picked up some safety eyes and some safety noses, you know, little black noses, that would go well with like bears or cats, and like the little triangle noses, you know. And a friend of mine, her daughter is turning 2 the day after I'm filming this. I'm not sure when I'll put this up, but her birthday is tomorrow, and I can easily go buy her something, you know, whatever, but what's the fun in that, you know? Like, what's the fun in that? And they know I crochet, they support my channel, and so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make her something. So I decided to dive in and give it a try to make a bear. Now, the pattern that I used is a free pattern from amigurumiforum.com. It looks like this. I just found it on Pinterest. Now, it doesn't really give instructions. It has the pattern, like stitch counting, you know, like 6 single crochets into the magic circle and 6 increases, you know, 12 stitches total. You know, it doesn't really teach you how to join the pieces. There may have been a video link, but I didn't see one, so I didn't see a video to be able to, like, for them to show this is what we mean when we say join on the second leg or whatever, you know. So I just did the best I could, and I'm pretty happy with it. So you ready? Look at that. Now his little muzzle is a little too stuffed. It's a little, you know, from the side he looks kind of funny, but from the front, look at that. He's so cute. He's so cute. Now his muzzle is a little crooked. This is a piece of chenille black that I just had. If the next time I make one of these, I'm gonna make that a thinner yarn so it's not so bulky there, so thick of the strand. And the little eyes I feel like might be a little too small for, you know, for this item, but I've never done this before, so I didn't know what size eyes to get, so I just grabbed a pack that I thought would be okay. So I may or may not, you know, get another pack of eyes so it'll be a little bigger, I don't know, for my next bear that I make. But for the most part, I think he turned out pretty good. I think a little 2-year-old would have a good time snuggling and playing with that. I know that I've had to keep it away from Kiki and Vanna here. They thought it was great. Kiki, as I'm sewing the head onto the body, she's like, ooh, and she grabs a hold of it. I was like, stop, no. So I had to carefully pry her off of the bear that I just made. Now, another thing, now of course, he's cute, he'll do. He's only my first try, so he's not perfect, but as an artist, as a maker, we always critique our work and rip it to shreds, you know. So of course here I am going, oh, his muzzle's not on straight, and it's a little bit too fluffy, and his eyes are too small, and you know, his ear's a little crooked, and his head wobbles kind of a lot, you know. But at the end of the day, those are all things that I can learn from and get better at for next time, because I really think that there will be a next time. I'm gonna have all this yarn, and this whipped up so fast. I did it over the course of 2 evenings after work, but I only spent like 45 minutes each evening working on it total. So like in total, this thing took me like an hour and a half to make, and I'm like, okay, all right. So the way that it's constructed, you make the ears, you have a head, the muzzle, you do have 2 arms, and then the body is all one piece, where you make one leg and then you make the other, but then you connect it to the first one and then start going in the rounds so that it looks like it's all connected. And then when you get up here, you then, as you're going in the round, you pick up the arms and like sew the arms on that way. Now like I said, this is my first time, so I closed up the head farther than I think the instructions wanted me to, because it has you start with making the head, but I made the head and then I made the other parts too, because I had to go get the eyes, I had to make the muzzle and the ears to attach to it. Like I had other pieces that needed to go with the head before I could close it up. So when I got back to it, I kind of had gotten lost in the pattern. I wasn't quite sure where I was, and I just kind of decreased it and made the opening kind of small. When I was closing it up, kind of like a ball, you just close up the ball. So I had closed up the head a little farther than I probably should have. The next time I make one of these, I'm going to leave the opening on the bottom of the head wider, so that when it connects to the body, it'll have a wider ring or like connecting point. It's hard to explain, but I'll leave that a little bigger so that it kind of like sits closer to the body like that, rather than being kind of like wobbly. I tried to like fix that when I was sewing it down, but it is what it is. So for my very first amigurumi, cute little teddy bear, I think he turned out pretty good. Tell me what you think in the comments. What should I make next? Should I make another bear and try to like get better at bears? Or should I try my hand at something else? You know, I'm totally new at this. Do you have any really great videos I need to watch on like tips on how to join pieces properly, or invisible join and all those fun things? I tried to do a little bit of research before I started, but at some point I was like, look, I'm just doing it. I just like, oh, it'll be what it'll be, and that is what it is. Okay. But anyway, thanks for watching, and remember, no matter what time it is, it's always time for yarn.